And Megan, you have a couple of questions today.
Yes.
What's on the writer's hearts?
This is from Rosalind. I have a niece who cannot have children due to endometriosis. She has been blinded by false teachings in the past and is not a believer. My question is, can I still pray for her to receive healing even though she doesn't believe?
You know, the questioner here presupposes that what really heals people is good teaching and believing and agreeing with certain things. But I always like to tell people it's Jesus who heals. And so what we need to do, both with the questioner, the one praying, and the one that is sick, is to help people to see who Jesus is. You know, many times people claim, I have great faith, I have good teaching. Well, this doesn't change anything, because we can get such a false security in thinking, well, I have all the right teaching, I have all the right doctrine, I know it all. And that in itself becomes the biggest trap of all. And so I always take the attitude when it comes to healing that if you don't believe, good, you've come to listen to the right preacher, meaning myself, because I tell you, if your faith isn't strong enough, I join with you. Mine isn't strong enough either, but I turn to the one whose faith is strong enough, the author and finisher of our faith, Jesus Christ. So that's what I would want for this person. Pray that Jesus will be revealed to that person. And then they will become a believer. You know, most people, I know you've been in many of my festivals overseas, Megan, you've seen thousands of healing testimonies. Well, we could say about all those people that pretty well most of them come to the meeting, they're not believers, but they become believers. Jesus is revealed to them. And so the whole key to this lies in the revelation of Jesus.
That's good.
All right. What else have you got? Why
did God create Satan in the first place, knowing the destruction and harm he would inflict on the human race? This is from Rani.
You mean people expect a one-minute answer to this question?
I guess so, apparently.
You know, well, I'll turn it to some other preacher. You know, I did write a blog addressing that a little bit, probably a year ago now. You'll find it in our archives, and I received a lot of response. And of course, the question is, God didn't create Satan. God created Lucifer, one of the archangels, and Lucifer fell and rebelled against God. And then the question, follow-up question would be, well, you know, why did God give Lucifer that option? And that's what I addressed in my blog. And so sometimes when people say that, I say, well, he had a free will. And then they say, well, why would God do that? I say to the person, well, what part of your free will would you like to surrender? Which part of your free will would you be willing to give up? Like, would you like someone else to decide where you live, what you wear every day, what you eat, or would you rather do it? Immediately people back off. No, free will sounds really good. So, yeah, I'm not going to even attempt to answer all that question, but do check our blog archives. I did deal with it here. In fact, it was in an article here in the local newspaper in this city, and we had a lot of response to that, where I talk about what would the world be like. I'm trying to imagine what would the world be like if there's no free will, and if there's no potential for sin, if there's no potential for any hatred. Well, would we know what love is if we didn't know what hatred was? If there's no potential for rejection, would we ever know what acceptance is? Don't get me going, but you know, don't be so quick to maybe reach a conclusion. There's what I would say. Well,